Hi, it's Sage, and this time I'm here with the Promised Neverland review. Now, the Promised Neverland is probably one of my favourite series in Shonen Jump, and I'll just be recapping what I've kind of what happened in the last chapter and then putting my opinions onto it near at the end. So without further ado, well, what happened this chapter? Well, this chapter we start off with Nigel and Gillian, who is the guy with goggles and the girl with the bad hat. Now this pair has cornered Luce, and Luce is one of the four demons, well, four groups of demons, 5 demons that we're currently hunting within the group. Now, what I've got to say is I was a little disappointed at how much time was spent on taking down Luce. Luce already had a gun to his head last chapter. So to go through what we're going through this chapter, we've actually gone back in time and then caught up with the present and then gone forward again, which I think is a little bit jarring to the reader. But in doing this, they add a very cool moment of Luce trying to escape. He uses this knife that clearly has the vampire weed stuff in it, or has a connection to it. He misses, that doesn't go well. And the next thing we kind of see is Gillian and Nigel overstanding him. This time he's on the floor. She's got the gun over him and they're remembering their traumatic experiences with their family until finally they snap and they shoot him. Now, that's great, but I felt like we were kind of almost there last chapter to that kind of the comeuppance of Luce, like what he deserves and all of that, the other. So I'm not sure how I felt about the first 11 pages being dedicated purely to essentially what felt like a recap to me. But I love the series and the pacing is actually not too bad. Like, if you think about it, this could be a lot more stretched out. These fights are actually quite short, snappy and to the point, which really I am more of a fan of. Moving forward, we see Noose and Numa. Now, Noose and Numa are these partnership demon. One of them appears female, one of them appears male. They appear to have some form of relationship towards each other, whether that be brother or sister or husband or wife. I'm not 100% sure. They look very similar, which is why I doubt their conjugal relation. But I might have missed something. It's very easy that I've missed something. So with Noose and Numa, they're hunting down 2 of the other kids whose names have escaped me. But it's Afro guy and pigtails girl with glasses for now. And these guys basically are chasing down Haste and shooting at them and luring them into a trap. Now, we know as the reader that there is some form of trap because Gillian has just said, oh, there's going to be, other tactics to deal with the other demons. We can't use the old tactics for the old demons. We need to switch it up so that we are capable of taking out each one. And so, as we kind of expect to happen, they're led into a trap. It's a wire trap. But they quickly discover it, and for a second the reader is led to believe that, oh, they know the trap, so that's different to the other trap they use, that's different to that kind of lore and trap, like, it's a little bit different, maybe this is how it's different. But no, the trap is a gauze, a blindfold as well, and they actually have special weapons. Now, what's really important is they say it's taken them 8 years roughly worth of work to make 5 shots and 3 special rifles that are capable of blowing through the masks of demons. Now, anyone that's been following the series will know that the masks the demons wear are pretty resilient. They are designed to protect their eye from damage because that is the only point that you can kill a demon. Now, they only feel, whether they end up with 1 shot or not to do the job, I don't know, but the characters feel like they have 1 shot, and if they don't get that shot, then lights out could be plausible. And the reason they believe that is because obviously the second that the demons cotton on that these are mask breaking guns, they're going to contact the others, they're going to be looking at defending themselves and running away themselves. Like, the reason they've been trapped is clearly to stop them for enough time to get that clear shot. It's not a trap as much as it's a, what have I done? Work it out while I shoot you. And the real trap was that the guns they were using before aren't the guns they plan on using to kill the demons. And that's kind of where we lead off with The Promised Neverland. Overall, I'd say it was a very good chapter. I think that this kind of pacing means that Noose and Numa should be taken out either next chapter or the chapter after, leaving us with more time to focus on the Archduke Lewis, the other demons. Lewis is really the main guy that we're focusing on after Luce. Because Lude, whatever he's called, is the guy that organises the hunting trips, I believe. Whereas Lewis is kind of like his friend. That's what I kind of understood of the story anyway. But yeah, the gist of it is Luce is now down for certain. Noose and Numa, in my opinion, will probably be following shortly. I didn't expect as little child death. Maybe I should have expected less and not more, but I was thinking some of the kids might not make it. I was thinking this could end up being a bit of a bloodbath, and so far it's all going to plan, so we'll have to see how it goes with them next time. And for now, it's been Sage.